Hello, my name's Andy Connell and you're watching a screencast on business systems which forms part of the Business Systems Analysis course. If we look at the definition of what a business system is, we can see that it has three basic elements associated with it. First off, it's got more than one thing inside it. We're interested in software systems, but there are many other types of system. Every system has a boundary. There are things which are not part of the system, external things that might or might not interface with the system. And all the components of a system coordinate and do whatever it is that they're doing for the purposes of achieving a common objective. As I said, we're looking at software systems, so the two components which we're principally looking at are processes and data. First off, if we look at data, data itself is not that useful. 1.7, that's data. If I said the average height of a human being in England is 1.7 meters, then that is information. It needs to be put into context. It needs to be processed. So data is processed by programs. Programs can create it, read it, update it, delete it, or indeed present it. If you take the first four of these database functions, create, read, update and delete, you've got the acronym CRUD, which can be very useful. So moving on, if we look at the characteristics of what constitutes good information, effective systems, the information is the right information, it's accurate, it's delivered at the right time, to the right location, it is in a format which can be readily understood, it's got the right level of detail associated with it, it's not too scarce and it's not too detailed, but it's concise. Got these characteristics, you've got good information. There's a whole field out there about the study of good information called HCI, Human Computer Interface. Not the subject of this lecture, however. So what sort of problems have we got with information? When does it all go wrong? Well, first off, it might be inaccurate. There might be some kind of local bias in the information. There's too much of it. You drown in it. It might be rendered unintelligible through complexity. There might be too much detail and it's too difficult to read. Or just might arrive too late, or perhaps in the wrong location. The flip side of the earlier slide. So we're taking these systems, and they're business systems. They're systems which are used by organizations. And organizations come in various shapes and sizes. Commercial organizations, they're there to make money, make profit. We've got public organizations, things like the army, street lighting. We've got mutual organizations, which is a company structure owned for the benefit of the members. And we've got charities, which are not-for-profit organizations. These are all consumers of business systems. Any organization, regardless of its type, has a structure associated with it. And one of the things that computing has done to organizational structures is called flattening the hierarchy. If you can imagine an old Victorian classic style company where you've got the board, beneath that you've got senior managers, you've got more managers, you've got junior managers, you've got various grades of administrative clerk, you have vast offices of people taking orders up and down the hierarchy. In a modern organization which has adopted IT, these hierarchies are flattened. All that middle management is stripped out. Remember, computers are very good at communications. You don't need all those people. So the hierarchical structure became a flat structure. There is a third type of organizational structure called the matrix structure. This is where different people assume different roles depending on the job or the project being done by the organization. It's a very fast, fluid kind of organizational structure where people are empowered by the computing power that they've got at their hands. I have yet to see it being used successfully except on a very small scale. Moving on, what's information used for? Well, any number of things inside an organization. making a decision as an obvious one. I've included the word MIS, Management Information Systems, big part of a big consumer of business systems. Just finding out how it's going. Where are we at the moment? Controlling the production of whatever it is the organization is producing or handling. Ensuring quality, producing specifications, a plethora of things. And the decisions that they're making, the MIS decisions, perhaps, we have a hierarchy again. Strategic decisions are high-level decisions. They're made by people at the tops of the organization. Big picture stuff. The time horizon is a long one. The implications of any decision made at this level are going to be expensive and hang around for a long time. As we come down the management hierarchy, we see tactical decisions being made. These are medium-term decisions, perhaps sales targets at the end of a quarter. And at the operational end of the business, this is the shop floor end, there is also a need for decision making, the day-to-day hands-on decision making. The characteristic which has defined all these three levels is the amount of time that the decision is going to impact across. Strategic, long time. Tactical, medium term. Operational, short. So there we have it. A very, very brief overview of business systems. I suggest you now go and reread the appropriate chapter inside the textbook. Thank you.